Hello everybody, how are we all doing? I hope quite well, because if you're not, God, I've got some questions for you, because that was a hell of a game of football. So if we're not just rocking it, if we're not having a fantastic time, then that's your loss, to be honest with you. Hang on, I need to work out which camera I'm using, so it's not that one, it's that one. Okay, cool. Hello, Lux. Hopefully you're doing quite well. Still can't believe your eyes. Well, I would instead choose to believe your ears and everything else, because things have actually gone quite well, which is really nice. Just to check, can you guys see up in like this corner? It might say the word scheduled. I don't know for sure. It shouldn't, but what I'm basically doing is I am doing a StreamYard stream on this screen, and on this screen I'm controlling it. So I can do normal YouTube chat, pops up in that corner, and I can highlight things over here. So if that all looks good, brilliant, we're all good. If it doesn't, shout at me, and we'll discuss that. Wait, hold on, no, because I'm doing the wrong one. There we go, that's what I was aiming to do. So if this is, like, okay, do you guys think this is okay? Is it working? Let me know. Jump up 2, absolutely. Yes. I don't have a clue how that happened last night, I'll be completely honest with you. I like to think that in terms of like analysing football and understanding things, I'm okay. I'm lost. I'm very confused by what happened there. I'm back to see the best jawline on YouTube. That is the kindest thing anyone has ever said to me. So thank you. It is a jawline that can't grow a beard though, so we'll ignore that. We'll pretend that that's all completely fine. I think they rewound rotate. That's a really good way of putting it. Oh, OBS, why do you have to be like this? Okay, that should all be fine now. Make the live chat a little bit smaller, and then I will upgrade things as they come in. This is absolutely what I think was one of the most important things about this match. Because the number of times that he'd just take a touch that no human being should be... Sorry. Second camera is distracting me a little bit, so I'm having to move it. The amount of times that Georgie would just, like, take a touch that no one on the planet should take and then somehow run away with the ball, and I don't understand what's happened there, but you know what, it worked. Always nice to be pleasantly surprised. Abso-fucking-lutely it is. It's so good. Such a good vibe. As always though, I'm going to have a little bit of backgroundy music just because it's quite nice. But if it's a bit too loud, just let me know, I can fix it. It's still saying scheduled in the top right hand corner, so what I'm going to do, I'm just going to... Oh, you can't see it now. That's fine. That's okay. Let's hide it from you. Not in like a sinister way though. In like a... You don't need to see the fact that it's saying scheduled in the corner kind of way. If it was sinister though, be spooked, because that's more fun. Where's this team been for the past couple of months? Yeah, I completely get what you mean. It was sort of frustrating that that hadn't come out in the past few weeks. But you know what? Is there... I need to make Microsoft Teams go away. Oh, I need to make Microsoft Teams go away. Let's put that on Do Not Disturb. Just talk to that guy. Does he not speak Spanish? Does he need to know the language? Yes, he's moderating. Stupid. Stupid, silly things. Let's pop that there. Retire was ridiculous. Honestly, if he was a more clinical finisher, he'd be playing for a top 4 club. I don't have a shadow of a doubt about that. If Georgie could have finished like he did last night throughout the rest of the season, then I think summer becomes a lot more difficult for us. I massively appreciate that he was, at one point, 7 yards out And he didn't think, I'll just slide it home. We'll be nice and gentle with it. He's like, no. Fuck it. Top bins, hard as I can. Such a nice finish. I'm going to pretend it was on purpose. But as a town fan, thank you for beating the Yellows. You are welcome, George H. And I'm going to be a little bit of a cheeky bastard. When are you going to congratulate Leeds United for their victory over Norwich? I congratulated you for Ipswich going up. All I'm saying. Hopefully whoever wins tonight doesn't make it easy for themselves. I am absolutely hopeful of one of those games where Carlos Corberán thinks, we don't need to play pretty football, we just need to win the game of football. And he does the kicking people incredibly hard thing, gets a couple of his own players sent off, few injuries on both sides. They've got a total of like 12 fit players going into Wembley, and we will be completely fine. That'd be nice. Mr. Dodo, how dare you? You monster. God bless Reter, should be a 30-goal a season man, nearly plays that one over too. He did, but I want to give him the credit and say it was on purpose. That's what we'll do. We'll say that he very, very deliberately made it come in off the bottom of the bar just because it looks more fun. Like, when someone scores a volley, you either want it like postage stamp, or you want it to come in off the bar because those look really, really nice. In this specific instance... Hold on. Ow. In this specific instance, 7-8 yards out, have a go, in off the bar, delicious. No complaints from me in the slightest. Peru's best game for us by a country mile. Absolutely, and I think that was for one big reason. And I am going to do a quick screeny share. If I can do a quick screeny share, obviously. You might not have actually screenshotted the Microsoft Teams thing. Screenshot this. This is going to be important. I'm going to keep it. I'm keeping this one for future use when George decides that he's pretending to be an Ipswich fan again next season. Screaming at the TV when Georgie scored and my cat scattered and went into hiding till full time. Oh, poor guys. How you monster. Right, okay. So, Peru is the number 7. Norwich only have 3 minutes of highlights on their YouTube channel. That is spectacular. Love it. And it just shows that they just sort of gave up a little bit. Because even in the pitch, they gave up quite a lot. Right, so the little bits and bobs that I was going to talk about. Georgie's number is 24. I hope I've got that right. Somerville would be 10. And Willie Ganotto would be 29. Sorry, I'm just quickly setting something up here. Gosh. Present. Share screen. And that tab. Boom. Okay. Cool. That should, in theory, be looking okay now. I can't tell because I can't currently see what is being streamed. Yes, okay. I love... No, I'm not disabling my ad block. Go away. Right, so. How do I make that go away? I don't know. That's okay. Yeah, what basically happened that was different this time is good buddy Joel Peru over here typically likes to play in these sort of deeper locations. Ruter will be a little bit deeper than he is, but Peru will still not be very high up the pitch, which means that these defenders have a little bit of space and time to do what they want to do. This time, Peru is on the last man. We pinged lots and lots and lots of balls over the top for Peru to run onto. We had a couple of chances where that could have gone really well, but that pins the defenders, which means that Georgie has a lot more space. And I think, in addition to that, We gave Georgie a hell of a lot of freedom on the pitch. Oh, I am not looking great at the moment, am I? Yeah, we gave Georgie a lot of freedom to run the pitch, which is why with those big loose runs everywhere, it was brilliant. Loved it. On this one, slight disagreement, but this is a bit of a technicality. The Wembley pitch, although giant, is the same size as the Leeds United pitch at the moment, because anything Premier League, at the very least, has to be the same size. It's like UEFA standard or something weird like that. Unless restrictions. I learned that one on the Phil Hay show this week. Give that a listen. Well, should you give that a listen? You don't really need to give that a listen. I'll be straight with you. Because we've, like, the game's happened, so there's not really a requirement anymore. Evie says she still hasn't come down from last night. Oh, it was so good. It was such a fun evening. It was... Everything hurts. But it was great. I was in the West stand under the away fans. And normally you'd think that that's just like... It'd be members in there rather than season ticket holders, because of course you can't sell season tickets there because that normally goes to away fans. So it'd be a little bit quieter and a little bit more chill. I didn't sit down for a second of that game. No one in our section did. I don't think we stopped singing for the game, except for a couple of minutes where we were instead screaming happiness. Norwich sacked their boss after that. Yeah, joke I made on that on Twitter was something along the lines of, oh yeah, Delia Smith found out what she could really have with a German manager. I'm an Ipswich fan, just saying marching on together as we beat the horrible Yellows. Oh, it all starts that way, but at the same time, Locks, he started as a Leicester fan, and I'm like 70% sure he prefers us to Leicester at this point. Can't be certain, but that's the vibe I get. Does it come down from this? Now I'm riding the tie all the way to Wembley. Oh, I'm the same. Having a hotel booked in Harrow for the night after the match at Wembley, I quite desperately hope that we get tickets. That'd be very nice. Hopefully there isn't a come down. Found it hard to sleep last night because I was so hyped. Yeah, I know what I said in my post-match video was something along the lines of, I'm recording this now because I don't know how my voice will be in the morning. The reality of it, and this is a little cheeky peek behind the curtain, I knew I'd probably be able to like speak and do words, but I was like 80% sure that I wasn't going to get to sleep. And I know that it takes me a good while to like record and put an edit together, especially on mobile. It's such a dick to do. And do a thumbnail. And I was like, you know what? If I put a lot of effort into this, maybe I'll sleep afterwards, because I had to get a train at 9 in the morning the next day. My voice is ruined from screaming at the TV so much I sound like a 90-year-old smoker now. God, I can relate to that. It's pain. Norwich already rebuilding. David Wagner is gone. Absolutely he is, and I am... I understand it, because he had a more attacking squad than the style of play that he liked to play with. I do feel like saying that the rebuild has begun is very optimistic. Because I feel like the more realistic way of looking at it, if you're Norwich, is we're about to go through a demolition job with the likes of Gabriel Sara, obviously probably not going to stay at the club because he's probably better than that Norwich squad right now. They think they're going to lose Sargent, they think they're going to lose Rowe, they can see Marcelino Nunes going. I can't see that squad staying together, so calling it a rebuild at this point is very optimistic. 16 years since we last went to Wembley, it's been a while, let's get it over the line this time. Leeds. Absolutely. This is why I'm so, like, hopeful of getting tickets for it. Because it's my first time of, like, actually being able to support my club at Wembley, and at the same time I can't phrase it. It's one of those things where you don't know when it's going to happen again. When you don't know when you'll get the next chance. Jealous of you getting to experience that. I'm sorry. Oh, hello. I said, I'm sorry. But it was real fun. But there will be more fun days because we are getting promoted and we're going to batter the entire league above us. So it's great. Melier save exercised the Kiko Howler from 5 years ago. Right, okay. Oh. I feel joyous at that Kiko save. Not Kiko, Melier save. The ball through the middle, I was a bit spooked by. Ampadu misses the challenge, I was a bit spooked by. One-on-one with Melier, suddenly going through my head, I was like, shit, is this going in? Is it 2-1? Are we going to crumble? But then something that I think it was Joe that said a few weeks back, not me, Joe, Wayman, Joe. It was something along the lines of, his distribution's bad. Can't trust his composure sometimes. But one-on-one, no one beats Melier. At least in terms of goalkeeping. No goalkeeper has a better chance compared to Elon Melier. And when that happened, I had that moment of thought and I was like, okay, let's see how this goes. So whilst everyone around me screaming, I'm like, I've had a very specific conversation that makes me think, this might be fine. Maybe. And it was, and I was really happy. Oh, I keep peeking the mic, so I'm going to turn that down. And it was, and I was really happy. And why is that peaking now? Oh my god, microphone, what are you doing? Do I sound okay? Not in terms of my voice. I know my voice is gone. Bert Langerstein, I will be visiting that one in a few minutes. I'll get to that shortly. Because I'm going to have a little bit more of a detailed chat with folks. Haven't Norwich sacked the manager as well? They have. They're looking at a assistant coach at Arsenal for their next guy. I can't remember his name. But basically their current director of football at Norwich worked in the backroom team at Arsenal. And they fancied this guy for a while, apparently. But I don't know. I know you were class last night, but if Sargent scored that, it could have turned the game. Great save. Yeah, I had the feeling that Leeds being 2-0 up on aggregate against a side that we beat in the league in the second leg at home at that end of Elland Road after a centre-back makes a mistake. I think everyone in the ground had that same, oh, it's happened again, kind of thing. But that save, I think, massive. It saved things. It turned things around, which was really nice. I'm going to take these two comments at the same time. How stupid will those Leicester, Blackburn, Ipswich and Huddersfield fans feel when we win at Wembley for singing Leeds are falling apart again? Locks replies, saying Leicester fans won't feel stupid at all because we won the league. That's a fair point. You did, but Shewing to go down under a points penalty, and John Shaw's will be fine next season. I'm not going to get into that because, in the nicest way possible, I still don't know if I give a shit about next season's Premier League yet. I don't know if I'm like in that space of, because like with a bunch of friends from uni, I've been doing Fantasy League every single year. And I will always put a team together, but this season was the first in like 4 years that I've not been in the top 5 in that league. Because this season, basically, I just went, I don't give a shit. I've hardly watched the Premier League. A lot of people have asked me questions about like, where do you think this person's going to go? Or where do you think this person's going to go? And the entire time I've been like, I don't know. I've not been paying attention. I've not been watching. Evie, look at you modding. That's because you're well hard. No, it's because the entire chat unionized. the entire chat unionized. We held 2 polls, and you and Zebra became mods. Which, I mean, fair enough. Like, you're fairly consistently in here. But Also, this. War Pickler says, hit the likes and subscribe. All leads out we marching on together. If you could like and subscribe, that would be massively appreciated. Or do I want to set myself a target for subscribers? Because the last one went well. The last one I said I want 3k by the end of the season. Do I want 3.5k by the end of the playoffs? Shit. I don't know. But this is a really good question as well. That I need to scroll because I lost it. Bert Langustine asked a couple of minutes ago who the man of the match was. Was it Gray? Was it Ampadu? Was it Melier? Was it Kamara? Everyone was flawless. So, if you could, folks, pop in the chat who you would personally nominate to be man of the match, and we'll run a poll, and that's what we'll go with. That could be quite fun. Lox says we'll have a debate sometime soon, but I genuinely think we will stay up with the 10 points deduction. I'm on the fence. Because don't you have to sell some players just to, like, get under the limit in the first place? Which could be a little bit spooky, but I'm not 100% sure. Championship football has been more fun. I completely agree. I had a few chats with people at the ground, and a lot of what people were saying was like, I'd love to win this, and I'd love to win at Wembley, and then I'd love to get to be able to play in the championship again, because it's more fun. I enjoy it. It's not just because we're winning either, it's because it's absolute chaos. Everything's all over the place all the time. And that just makes it more fun to watch. It's great. I enjoy it. It's spectacular. I reckon you can get 3.5 easy. I don't know. In 9 days? Another 150? That means making good content and not just recycling the concept of quizzes. They're not. They take a lot of effort, but I'll. You know what? I'll try to. I'll do my best. I think I might be able to. Haha! Hold that, Wagner. Nothing without Moy, Ward, Heffler, and Kachunga to hold your hand. I will be honest, Cameron. Can I just call you Tweenie because that's how I know you? I have completely forgotten everything about that Huddersfield side, and now they're in League One, so down they go. Evie's man of the match was Archie Gray. John Shaw says Joel Piru because he actually looked like a footballer yesterday, and Lee says the whole team was. Do we even need to have a poll? Shall we just say everyone? We have a Kamara from the Orange Raider, and Bert Langustine says Farke was the man of the match, then Gray, he was immense throughout. I might be in a similar spot on this one. Lox thinks they only have to sell to meet this season's EFL FFP will be spending money this season. I kind of hope that's the case, because it'd be a shame to have you go down to the Championship when we're obviously qualifying for the Champions League next season. Because then you wouldn't hop in on these nice little live streams. Which is a shame. I'm going to slightly move the chat so it's a little bit more visible. Is the chat better over here, do we think? Because then it's like I'm looking at the chat at the same time. That's kind of fun. I like that. That's cool. Let me know what you guys think though. No, VR's not perfect, but so much better. It kind of ruins a lot of results. I'll be honest. Archie Gray for Kevin's man of the match. If I have to pick one, it's going to be Kamari. Controlled everything in midfield and set the tempo. Return dribbling like the ball was on a string, and that emphatic finish, the whole team did really well. Man of the match, Farke. I don't think we can give it to Farke. Please call you Tweenie. No, Cameron. Fine. Is Vardy going? Staying for another year. Why? Man of the match should have to be Melier. If you haven't made those crucial saves, the game could have turned out differently. I think I'm in a weird spot myself, because I feel like, you know, I'll always back Melier. Hit the like if you're going to Wembley. I can't like my own streams. It looks silly. But also hit the like if you're not going to Wembley, and also hit the like if you don't support Leeds and you're not going to Wembley, or... yeah, either way. Yeah, just hit the like if you're here watching this stream. That's just massively appreciated. Love Grove yesterday, finally a goal from midfield. Oh, that free kick. That free kick was delicious. And it's a really smart routine, and I know that in an interview afterwards, he said something along the lines of he didn't ask the bench if that's what he could do, but at the same time, when he's turned to the bench and he's gone, do we do that, or do we do that? Do we do it? Okay. That makes me feel like we're in a position where they sort of agreed between themselves, like, okay, Ilya's going to have a hit at this because the keeper's off his line and it looks doable. And at first, when he took that shot, the fact that it was relatively slow and it bounced on the way in, there was a moment of, oh, has he fucked this? Because he's not going to fall for this again, the keeper. It went in. It was completely fine. And big props to Somerville for that run down the wing. That was also really, really, really clever. What I think was going to happen there was if Somerville's run wasn't tracked by someone from the wall, I reckon that he was the ball from Gruev. But then player came out the wall, and it just makes a little bit more sense to do things that way. Cooper man of the match. I haven't seen a cameo that great since Andrew Garfield in Spider-Man No Way Home. I think Andrew Garfield got more screen time. Don't worry about Little or Leicester. We'll finish above you next year for the 14th season in a row. Okay. That's fine. You'll notice something very interesting, though. You know, last night when we won the match and we sung that song that we sing every time we win a home match, that was us celebrating us. We were being happy with ourselves. It was great fun. We weren't being joyful at the expense of Leicester or Ipswich. That's probably how we should celebrate a football win. Kamara, outstanding and everywhere, and Gray was a masterclass. Gray was just... oh. Gray is slowly teaching me to be in love with football. No, he's not slowly teaching me. I'm deeply in love with football. Gray is... I don't have the words. Just the fact that wherever he is on the pitch, he's the most composed person, and also, odds are, the youngest person. Like, the fact that he can just pick the ball up in midfield, someone will come and challenge him, and he's just like, no, I'm just going to roulette you, and then piss off down the wing, if that's okay. I loved it. It was so good. I was so happy. Great team performance, but Archie's phenomenal. Slap 100 million release clause on him now. He's pure class, as are your streams. Ah, thank you, Born to Live. Had to wait to Leeds before 4-0 up before bringing Cooper on. I mean, you're probably only going to give him 10 minutes anyway, but... how was the atmosphere? It looked amazing on TV. The way I described it when I came out of the ground was, I've got a headache, I feel like I've got hearing loss, my throat kills and I can't speak, and I'm still the happiest that I've been since my wedding. That's the best way I can put that. Howdy doody, baby zebragams. Odds are I will be finishing this stream before you do yours. However, I can't host your stream because it's over on Twitch rather than YouTube, so I can just sort of generally like pop a link in the chat and hope people follow, but we'll find out. Pirro was great, his best game in a league shirt, but still hope Bamford is back for the final. Another reason for that is if it goes to pens, I can't see Pirro on the pitch for the 120 minutes. That's a point. That, yeah, but at the same time, do I agree? Because the thing with Pirro is he's not fast, but he doesn't tire himself out much because he doesn't run much. So if there's anyone in that front line who could do the 120, it's probably Pirro. I'd like to see Pat fit, just so we've got an option, but after Pirro, because he finally actually played as a number 9 this week, after Pirro played as a number 9 and excelled as a number 9, I would be really cautious to change this team. It's such a good team. Yeah, it was not only from midfield, but a set-piece goal as well. After we were done celebrating that one, I looked over at my brother next to me and I was like, that was a set-piece. And he was like, oh shit! It was so nice. Alan Partridge put himself forward for the vacant Norwich position after manager sacked after failing to cut the mustard in the playoffs. No, I didn't. The tweet Leeds put with I predicted right was full of Leeds fans talking about LCFC, mate. Tell them, not me. Okay, I'll tell them. It was great fun. I'm way behind on the comments, aren't I? I need to scroll a lot more down. Is JB being catty? No, I have generally happy, I have optimistically sad, and I have stats bitch, and those are the three versions of me that exist, and that's it. Let's scroll down a bit. Catch up. Grace stood in the middle drinking the atmosphere at the end. Oh, that looks so good. You could tell that of everyone on that pitch, he was the one that had been like a fan for his entire life. He's the one that has been in and around that Leeds culture for his entire life, and he was like, shit, this is what everything's been building up to for Archie. And it was just, oh, love Archie. I love football, man. This is so good. Next season, I don't know if I will love it as much. But we can hope that I do. I think I might. What happens with Joseph next season? If Farke buys a striker in the summer, I'm going to guess it's to start. I think Joseph's fate depends on what league we're in. I think if we're in the Championship, I think Joseph starts for us a lot more often. If it's the Premier League, then I think he keeps the position that he's in right now, because whilst he's been... Since the start of the season, he's developed from someone that's sort of on a Championship bench, but not really pushing it. He's developed in that role up until being, like, knocking on the door. If we go up, we'll get new players, and we'll sort of add a little bit more depth throughout the squad. And at that point, it'll become, okay, you're still the top bench option, because you've developed, but you've developed from knocking on the door in the Championship to we're in the Premier League, so this is the first 11 and this is the bench. So it adjusts a little bit. I got one follow from your last recommendation, so happy for you to send people's. Send people where? Would that happen to be the link that I am currently popping in the chat? Go over there and follow Baby Zebra on Twitch. It'd be quite nice of you. Only because you cheat, Locks, and Locks' response was fair enough. Cheating last season won us the league this year. Love it. I mean, long-term investment, innit? Can't ask people to stop calling you him if you could get doing it yourself. I'm allowed to laugh at myself once. Let me have that sort of having given up sense of humour a little bit from time to time. Joe, first time I picked us to win this season, and we did normally lose. I have accidentally formed a number of matchday traditions out of that match. So, someone from the Square Ball Walk, Evie. Not Evie. People are getting confused in my head because I'm so tired. And because it ends in the same sound, it's Katie. Said hello to her before the match, popped into the Peacock, and so there's multiple little coincidences between this match and the Leicester match and the match before that. So all of them, I've been to the Peacock, all of them I've said hello to very specific people, including Dave from the chat, sometimes, but he's working, so it's fair enough, including everyone that went on the Square Ball Walk, including Katie, who, because on the first Square Ball Walk I was the youngest there, or at least one of the two youngest, and I was very, very injured, and she was the first aid person, did like a squealy attack hug, and having happened for both of those fixtures now, it kind of needs to continue to happen, because it's a good luck charm, as is accidentally taking double the dose of my ADHD medication. So my anxiety yesterday, poof, through the roof. Problems, but we're fine. And I don't want to say I want to do it again next time, but if it brings luck, you know, I'll go wild. Be friends with a mod, please, gang. Yeah, go for it. I'll get it one in the 90 minutes with a Piru hat trick. Oh, that'd be so nice. I do still want my Archie goal this season. I think that'd be good. If Pat's fit, I could do with him scoring again. And let's be honest. We're gonna have to whisper this one. We're gonna... Shh, shh. I think that we sort of could do with Junior Firpo scoring a goal. Because that would be the best moment ever. That would be so good. Imagine Junior Firpo scores the winner at Wembley. I know it's not very pitch invadable Wembley, but we'd find a way. Can't wait for Leicester to come down again so I can destroy you locks. Violent or homoerotic? It's one of the two. I can't tell which. It's obviously a good reason that Joseph doesn't get many starts that we're unaware of. Maybe confidence, maybe attitude. I think it's experience. But that's okay. I back Melly is very young, and look what I had to deal with last season with the absolute dross in front of him. Keepers don't come into their own until late 20s and 30s. Yeah, that's always where I've stood on Elland. Was that the best atmosphere you've experienced at Elland Road? It was incredible. It was so good. I don't know if I can decide between that and the Leicester match, but it's okay. Joe overdosing to get Leeds a win is a bit extreme, but I think it might have to happen. Sorry. If it works, it works. It's like that bit out of Pirates of the Caribbean. Part of the crew, part of the ship. If it offs me, at least everyone else is doing good. You take that back, Joe. What did I do wrong? What did I do wrong this time? I didn't even call you short. I know I've probably done something wrong, but I don't know what it is this time round. Locks, I'd love to see you come straight back down, but fair play on winning the league. Oh, we're just doing chats with Locks at this point. Kamara Screamer at Wembley finally takes a shot. I think if Kamara takes a shot at Wembley, it's clearing the roof. It's going over all 3 tiers. Because he's not like honed in his aim over this season. Junior Firpo hat-trick would be even better. That would be fantastic. It is absolutely homoerotic. It's good to hear. I think. As long as you're confident in yourself, that's fine. Oh, it's Firpo scoring the winner that I have to take back. If you can suggest a more fun winner, then go for it. Like, I don't have any complaints with that. But that'd be quite cool. Win 2-0 at Wembley. Bamford and Firpo. That's pitch invasion worthy. Oh, so good. No. Right. Ends 2-2 with a last-minute equaliser from Junior Firpo. The other goal is Archie Gray. Goes to penalties. Pat Bamford scores the winner. After Melier saves one that's going right in the corner. Silence every single critic all at the same time. Right, I am going to very, very quickly find the live thing. If I can. Because for some reason, my internet connection's being horrific today. I just want to run a poll. I don't think any of my mods can run polls. Can you guys see if you can run a poll? And, like, if not, that's fine. But, like, it's worth a go. Never mind, I've found my live control room. I should be able to do it myself now. Joe, it's Evie, she's got short ones. You said it, not me. I ain't going near that one. If I touch that, it's a death penalty. I think we win the playoff final. 7 losses in history. Has to change. Southampton don't deserve it. Their defence is turgid. Ours has been at points, but I genuinely think if we play like we did yesterday, there aren't teams that can beat us. Yes, Joe, that's even better. I know. It's so good. Cooper gets the winner from a Firpo corner. Also good. Cooper scoring from a corner to clinch it after Ampadu gets injured in the 80th minute and takes us from 1-1 to winning 2-1. I don't hate that. I quite like it. Who do you want to win tonight? I'd like to beat Southampton at Wembley. I think it would be more satisfying to beat Southampton, but at the same time, I think it's more likely we beat West Brom. Opposition goalie kicks a clearance against the back of a defender's head and it goes in. That would be similarly hilarious. And I'll take it. Evie's emotionally and mentally taller than all of you put together. No, and you know why? That's because she's also a football fan, and every football fan is emotionally actually just a child, looking for the next massive hit of dopamine that is a football win. So in terms of emotional height, we're all the same. Joe, I'm a big lad, Evie's small, so I think I'll be safe. I don't know. We'll find out. Hi Joe, the players that needed confidence gained it last night. Almost perfect. Absolutely. And on the note of players gaining confidence, exactly where they needed the confidence, I'm going to quickly run that little man of the match poll. Who was your man of the match? I am going to leave it as just players, and I'm going to go with Farke because I think he was fantastic. I'm going to go with Gray. I'm going to go with Kamara. Oh, what's the last one? A bit of me wants to say Gruev. A little bit of me wants to agree with Matt and go with Piru. Because he was very, very different last night. He did things that he doesn't normally do for Leeds. And that was brilliant. I loved it. Meslier and Gray for man of the match. You know me, and you know that I would always back Meslier to win things. But I'm gonna go different in this case, because... How am I gonna go different? Yeah, I'm not gonna do Meslier, because although the save he made was shit, I've sent the poll early. Don't vote on that one. Thank you. Okay. Right. Who was man of the match? Firpo. Great. Kamara. I wish I could just, like, do polls with more than 5 options. YouTube, please fix that. Or Joel Piru. Because I reckon there's about 7 players I could put on that list. And it's up to you guys to decide who the man of the match was. And I will up the stakes a bit. There is a, depending on throat being okay, there's a chance that I'm going to be on Final Word later on Joe's channel. And I'm going to make the agreement with you guys that whoever you agree is man of the match, I will put forward as man of the match on the Final Word. Because we're a democracy like that, you know? Sometimes. We're a democracy when the answer suits me. It does not suit me that the answer is currently not Junior Firpo. But I've committed now. I'm going to behave. Right, let's hop through some more comments. Joe Shaw asks, do we change any players for the final or keep the team the same? For me, you can't change a team that in a single semi-final leg in the playoffs against 6th place, a team that last time we played them we relatively struggled with. Not last time, the time before that. That you've just dicked 4-0. That's not a team that changes, in my opinion. That's a team that has to stay the same. And I can understand the conversation between maybe we introduce other people, but if you're any of those players coming out of that match and you're then told, yeah, but you're not playing at Wembley, after you've put in a banger performance like that, you're going to be livid. I don't think you drop anyone there. Piri stepped up 100%. He absolutely did. He was the player I thought we'd signed last night, but Farke man of the match for sure. Ooh. If Bamford is fit to be playing for the final, I think you have him on the bench. And he can be that game changer that we've had a conversation about since like January. I think we keep the same team if we are against West Brom and maybe 4-3-3 against Southampton. That's not a bad shout. I kind of like that. But then you have that question hovering over Sam Byram still. Because Byram's ability to defend effectively was such a big part of playing well in that 4-3-3, and if Byram isn't fit, you can't play him at right back. You'd need to pull Gray out of the midfield, which kills the 4-3-3 a little bit, unless you want to drop Repair in there maybe. Or you play Connor Roberts, who's less defensively solid. This is where I think I sit on it. How do you change a team that did that last night? We made a mess of them. And it was so good. It was so fun. And I wouldn't want to make any adjustments with that, to be honest with you. Farke was back because of Gray's defensive play. How do you mean? Because they were both doing very, very similar things in terms of like their attacking link-up play. It was just whilst one went forward, the other stayed back. That happened on both of the wings. They both had the opportunity there. What happened with Charlie Cresswell? Okay, so I was following this as the day went on because I was like, that better not be an omen. Charlie Cresswell on the morning of the match was driving into the ground, the West End, I think. I can't remember at what point, but before he was able to make it to the West End car park, he had a traffic collision with a police car. Charlie, fine. All good, no problems with him. The police car, less fine. Having seen a picture of it, significantly less fine. I'll try and find a picture of it. But the police officer in question had to be, I think, taken to hospital with like minor injuries or something. There's the image. Hold on, I'm just going to let it load. A police car tried undertaking him and was returning it to the ground. Oh, okay. I did not know the specifics. But that sounds... I'm trying to think of a nicer way of phrasing it than crunchy. 2-footer police car. Oh god, we're not going all ACAB, are we? I know I like a little bit of politics on this channel, but I ain't going there. I've already been accused of being too woke sometimes. Why is this tab not shrinking? This is fun. Right, anyway. So, there we go. Oh, never mind, I'm in control. I'm not, because you just brought up the fucking cookies. There we go. This is what he did to the police car. Nice big cremonge from Chucky Cresswell. So yeah, that's not how I expected that one to go. And as first things to happen on a morning go, a little bit spooky. Part of me wants to go with Farke purely for putting Ashley Barnes on his back and almost making him lose it. What do you mean almost making him lose it? The entire game was Ashley Barnes just sort of getting more and more frustrated. Until, of course, we turned him into a pop superstar and started singing wonderful, wonderful songs about him. One of my favourite little bits about that, by the way, was, and I don't know if it picked up on the mics that were pitch side, but you're gonna have to let me know because this was really funny. Throughout the night, the Norwich fans were either like booing when we were singing or when we'd scored a couple, they were just quiet dealing with it. For the songs Norwich City are fucking shit, It's a Long Way to Norwich when you're shit, and Ashley Barnes is fucking shit, every single Norwich voice in that crowd was backing us. Everyone in the crowd, every single person, Leeds fans, Norwich fans united against Ashley Barnes, which was so funny. Loved it. So good. It wasn't just this. The standing ovation from going off was really nice, but there was something that he did as well to contribute to this problem, where he, at some point, when the South Stand was singing it, but it was like dying down a little bit, he was like, and getting us to do it a bit louder, and I think that's when the Norwich fans kicked in. That was great. I loved it. Oh, such a good vibe. Hoping that Wembley's the same. Hoping. It's a long way to Norwich when you lose. I don't think they didn't just lose, they were just dismantled. They were manhandled. They were... Oh. We did things to them that were borderline unthinkable. That's completely fine. Firth has been our most consistent player since the start of the year. I wish some of these fans would swallow their pride and give props where they are due. Absolutely. The amount of times I've had to say to people that, like, no, Firth has been good this year. Yeah, he's had the occasional off game, but when he's had the off game, everyone around him has also had an off game. So it's just the unit that isn't performing where it should be. As a long-time Firpo backer, this is great fun for me, because I get to continue with it. Looks like an official photograph with the advertising hoarding in the background. That's a good point. Have I made it much further in the FM save? No, I'm afraid I haven't, Locks. The extent of going further in the FM save is based on like a rule that I've set myself, and that I set myself at the start of the year, which was that because I noticed that whenever I was trying to like work, because I work from home, I might be like, I'm just going to quickly check something on my save, and then I'd open it, and then I'd end up playing FM for 3 hours. So to stop myself doing that, anytime I play Football Manager this iteration of the game, it has to be on stream. So it will be on stream if I make any progress on Football Manager. So I think we're at the first match of the 25-26 season. Qualified for the Champions League last season. Yeah, that's where we're at. It's a long way to Norwich when you're the victim of a war crime. Absolutely. Which specific war crime? Because I know there's ones like attacking the wounded and stuff like that, and they were wounded from the very start. They were just, they were gone. I accidentally searched list of crimes, and the first thing I saw was shoplifting, but I didn't realise I googled the wrong thing, so I was like, I haven't recognised that one in discussions about Ukraine recently, but that's okay. It was so fluid positionally and picked up every second ball. That was another thing. There was a lot more fight. There was a lot more sort of... I don't like being this guy. I don't like being the Sunday League like passion kind of guy. But that's what was there. It was really good. It was brilliant. Lee, believe me, I was one of those people who wanted Firpo gone in the summer. This half the season's been brilliant and available, which was half the issue. Yeah. Whenever he's had a run of games, regardless of the season that it's in, he's been fine. Fine at worst, and then this season, wonderful, fantastic. Most improved player versus Norwich, I will probably say Piru. Because he was getting the positioning right this time, he was playing as more of a 9, and when he was sat deeper, he was actually being decisive in what he wanted to do. So there was one point where he picked the ball up and he just went and dribbled, and whilst I don't know if that one ended in a good chance that I'm thinking of, I know there was one where he did dribble down the left wing and that led to Ruter's goal. But at least that sort of showed that there was more like directness in the way that he was playing the game. Southampton won't be as easy. We thought that about Norwich. We'll have to find out. Popo shut us all up, mind you. It's the Championship. He has played for Barca after all. Also true. But the Championship isn't a bad league. There's a good few teams in the Championship that I think would like pop a genuinely good fight in the likes of La Liga, Liga Bundesliga, Serie A. It's just the Premier League has so much cash in it right now. Hooray, hooray, Norwegian Constitution Day. Where there are hopefully not many discussions of war crimes. But happy Constitution Day, Pizzeria. Surely Firpo's problem was game time and injuries. Now he has both. He's decent. Absolutely. Pierre was the most improved player. I agree. You're big enough to admit that Evie Wishmore would. Yeah, I mean, people changing their minds in football is not common enough. Like, if someone proves you wrong, then that's okay. That's not a bad thing. If a player that you didn't like for your team is now likable, roll with it. Like them. It's more fun. Some players take more time to settle and find their form or place. I think it was Jose Mourinho that said something along the lines of, if you've got an international player, then it's the second season that they're going to thrive in. Because their first season is all adaptation. Not only to a new country, but to the league and style of play and everything like that. And even like culture. Like going to the shops when you're used to, I don't know, Spain shop. Now you're off to Asda. Like, it's weird things like that that just sort of like throw you off a little bit. But yeah, the fact that he's gotten a little bit more momentum now is very, very nice. Also, hello, Degenerate Yellow. After your first message was every war crime. Bit dodgy. Who starts at Wembley if Bamford is fit? I'm guessing. I'm going to stick with what I said a couple of minutes ago. I'm going to say that it would be unnecessary to drop anyone from this team, and it would cause more harm than it would good. Lux says, right, fella, I need to go and pick the missus up from work. See you soon. I will see you shortly, Lux. Enjoy having a nice little drive. Paper shop's the easiest to shoplift. I know, it's because they're so light. It's the same reason that the bulb section of B&Q is easy to steal from. Yeah, great. I don't mind admitting when I'm wrong, and I have a bit of banter with Joe about Firpo. Excuse me, it's not banter when you're actively slandering and libelling the future mayor of Leeds. Just saying. And I can't even vote for him. Ooh. Wait, you don't vote for the mayor of Leeds anyway, it's a ceremonial rule. The future mayor of the West Yorkshire region. Yeah, it's an ongoing thing. Of all the people in the Leeds United fan base, I think Evie is one that you couldn't accuse of having unreasonable opinions. Oh, this isn't the song for this situation. But YouTube Music's being a dick. That'll do. If we got every opinion right in football, we'd be bookmakers. No. We would be taking a lot of money off of the bookmakers. Spain shop. Look, I don't know the shops in Spain. Do you know the shops in Spain? Spain shop. If you don't mind me mentioning, Joe, if you do, please delete. But I'll be live on my channel today for the first time. Ooh, very nice. What sort of time? I might be able to pop in. I'm not 100% sure, but I will do my best to. It's in the name, I guess. Yeah, I mean, being called degenerate does contribute a little bit. We all have a redemption arc. EVP has been very frustrating in the amount of times I shout him to run, but last night was brilliant. Absolutely. YouTube's Darren Farley today said Willie likes to penetrate deep with his balls. Would you agree, Joe? Not only that, but I think when he gets the runs, those runs, specifically when Willie has the runs from the back, they can be a little bit messy, but they're really effective, and it's something that you can't really, like, deal with, you know? It's something that the defence has to take a lot of time to try and clean up. Meat riding. I mean, I've never put a saddle on a leg of lamb, but if you want, we can try. Joshi was slandering Bamford earlier in the season as well. Yeah, but everyone does. I can't specifically blame Evie for slandering Bamford when that's every single person. Oh, that one felt bad. Shit. Ow. That Melier save was world class. Another one that gets slandered. And I was right about him. Yes. Did Joseph compliment Evie? I'd never do that. No. But, I mean, yeah. But, not this time. I just went for the 24-hour thing to come off. What? 24-hour thing? Was it a 24-hour thing? I don't know what you mean. Do you need like 24 watch hours or something? I know Baby Zebra, he was nice. Shush, you might scare it away. I'm really nice. Sometimes. I'm glad you appreciated that. Ouch. I was nice. And you... Oh. Unless you're using the noun shit rather than the adjective. I'll take it. I'm not going to complain about that one. I've always loved Melier. Yeah, I like a good goalkeeper. I like a great goalkeeper even better, but now oh, I'll let you off. I'll let you off. Fine. If you insist it was the noun, I'll believe you. Currently the poll has Archie Gray vibing on 35% of the vote for man of the match, followed by Piru on 28, Kamara on 22. That hurt. When you want to go live, it says you can go live after 24 hours, and that came on yesterday. Oh, I remember. Yeah, sorry. I've just remembered that was a thing for me as well. But it was a thing where... What was the live stream I was going to do? I don't know. But yeah. It's an annoying thing, but do you know roughly what sort of time that is? Because I can try and hop in, but I also have... and this is right. This is a spoiler, right? Okay. Because I was away in Leeds yesterday, I felt really, really bad, so I'm going to make Kayla some tea tonight. And we're going to have like a really nice beef teriyaki. Maybe a little bit of like broccoli and cauliflower in there as well. A little bit of mushroom. On a bed of rice with some like fine chopped chili sprinkled on the rice. Just give it like a little bit of kick. But that's the plan. Is Evie now the blonde angel? I don't know. Are you? I have no idea. Even Hinchcliffe praised us last night. The world balance is off its axis. That's the thing. We were so good that Furpo haters were silenced and Melier haters were well, they weren't silenced. Piru haters were silenced, and Andy Hinchcliffe changed his mind, and that's how good we were. Happy we got another team's manager sacked again. That makes it especially funny, and it's especially funny that it's a German manager at Norwich, where Daniel Farke was sacked from. That's brilliant. Did it for me too, but I don't stream on YouTube. You should. It's a lot easier to like connect. Wait, no, it's not. Sorry, I'm trying to remember the like revenue requirements for Twitch and YouTube. Because I got to be an affiliate on Twitch, but I don't know if that had ad revenue. Can't believe I'm saying this, but I won't have anyone say a bad word about Piru. I can't believe it. Honestly, fair enough. I wonder, could I do a satisfying Delia? with my throat being like this. I'm not certain. Okay, we'll say 66 likes and we do the Delia. Where are you? Why not? And Angel and Dongbum are the reasons I want us to get promoted. That'd be very nice if they could just go away forever. Hard to believe Norwich didn't lay a glove. Yeah, I don't know if that's their fault or ours, which is the frustrating part. I know that we were really good, but I don't know how much of it is them being really bad. I can't decide. Do Delia? Not in that way. I don't think it's possible to in that way. She seems like the kind of person that's got like teeth down there or something. She's just made of apple crumble or something. But no, thank you. As a former Piru hater, I have to admit I was wrong. Oh, degenerate yellow. You brought the idea up. You introduced a concept, and I was like, you know what? Let's see where this concept goes. And it turns out it goes to a bad place. But a funny place. Maybe Zebra don't have to time out is a good egg. Yeah, yeah. Don't be like your sister when she was moderating and I mentioned what was it? I don't even know. It was either politicky or football-y. No, I remember what it was. Yeah, I'm not going to touch that one again. But that wasn't timeout worthy. Let's hope Piru shows the same intensity in the final and doesn't go back to Type A. I think he will. I think every single player on that pitch has the inspiration that they need to have that high level of performance all over again. Anyone notice Piru has pace and acceleration last night? Where's that been? It's been hidden by his personal little playstyle. It's been buried deep down. Because he's always been someone that sort of like slowly arrives in the box at the end of a move just to finish it off. And, yeah. I'm glad it's out now, though, because it means that he's doing the more progressive, more movement-y stuff, and I really, really like that. I will add a further thing to the Delia thing, because I know for a fact it's going to kill my voice. We'll say as many votes on the poll as well, because currently it's set at 47. Let's go higher. Let's go as high as we can, shall we? I wonder if Delia said to Wagner, "Let's be having you." I'm not going there yet. There's not enough likes on the stream for me to go to the Delia place. Any changes if we play Southampton, maybe more defensive or stick to how we played against Norwich? Against Norwich, it worked. I think it will work again. So stick with the same thing. The system works. Roll with it. Changing it up would be a danger. Can you do a Delia, Evie? The immediate response of not in any way is... I would say, based on my experience of like general conversations and like knowing people that have like done lots of accents, I don't know if Evie's accent naturally is a little bit too strong to do a reasonable Delia, but I don't know. And also in the other way, I believe that Evie is a straight and married woman, so not that one either. Oh no. No. Maybe not. Did every seat have a free scarf? What's the quality like? I believe so. Every seat that I could see had a free scarf. This one, specifically. Shit, that's the program. It's quite good. I don't know how, like, visible it is, but it's, like, silky-ish. It's like it's a bit football shirt material-y. It's decent quality, to be fair. Like, and it'll be a nice memo of a good time. There we go. Do you think Wagner deserved to get sacked? On results, no. On style, yes. Because he's been getting decent results. Like, I think there was 17th when he got there. But his style is more defensive than the squad needs to be. So when it comes to big matches like this, he's not using sort of the attacking ability in a sort of punch-for-punch way. Which doesn't work. They sort of badly needed that, I think. Joe, stop digging us both in a hole of any variety. I didn't do anything. I'm not the one that said things about pies or doing Delia. That was all you. That's your hopes and dreams, not mine. That's where I think Delia grew up as a child. By the way, the name of the road, Let's Be Avenue. I love how Delia Smith has done all the cooking programs, does loads of books and stuff, and the main thing she will be remembered for is, where are you? Let's Be Avenue. Absolutely. It's a hell of a legacy to have, you know? Lovely vocals. Which bit was this? When did I vocals? I've just been using my words. Joe, will you be going to Wembley? I'll be trying to be going to Wembley. I'm not 100% certain. It will not necessarily be the easiest to get a ticket. Like, I don't know if it'll just be like a standard, like, season tickets, then members, or if it'll be right into a ballot or anything like that, but I will do my best to get tickets to it. I've got a little bit of hope via my brother and... Sorry, microphone. Via my brother and a work thing, but we'll find out. He put Sarr on the wing to bring in a 90-year-old Barnes. I'd have sacked him. That's a good point as well. Norwich also sacked Farke despite winning promotion twice with them. He did also bring them down. Well done, Locks. Locks isn't here anymore. What did Locks do? Because I don't want to go praising Locks only to find out that he's finally lost his mind. To find out he's committed like banking fraud or something, because that's the sort of thing that like Leicester fans do, you know? Saying normal things again, I need to channel my name and say more unhinged things. We've just had the perfect chance to say unhinged things. We've just gone through a whole Delia chat. You've had your opportunity. You gotta dive in. Little jingles whilst reading out the chats. I'll do that more often. Norwich defenders not really good enough to allow them to play positively. You should watch the TalkSport clip. So funny. What? What TalkSport clip? There's a TalkSport clip. Got a ticket last time for being a member. That would be brilliant if that's doable. Yeah, I think time me out. We save for, like, problem people. Danny has problems, but is not a problem, if that makes sense. You'll find another opportunity. Of course you will. Absolutely you will. Why wouldn't you? Good afternoon, Carol. How are you doing? I hope you are bouncing on sunshine, like absolutely everyone is in this chat right now. Everyone's having a great time. I'm gonna pop in one of those cheeky little reminders that I hate to do because it always feels like I'm being a little bit beggy. But if you're not yet, I'd massively appreciate if you could subscribe, if you could like the stream, if you could just sort of hang out, have a nice chat. Could even become a channel member. I've kept that as like affordable as I can. and all that money is going to Prostate Cancer UK anyway. So that'll be massively appreciated. It's a really important cause to me, and if you're feeling it, that'd be absolutely spectacular. If you're not, that's also fine, because like all the ad revenue from the quizzes and a little bit from live stuff goes there anyway, so that's completely fine. Did I say 66 likes for the Delia or 60? Because we're past 60, and I don't want to do the Delia right now because I can feel my throat hurting. Also, have I missed anything in terms of the match? Because I'm trying to think of what we've gone through. We've been through the free kick, the second goal, the non-toe cross, the non-toe cross. Deliciousness, tasty. 66. Okay, we're currently on 62, so that's a problem for you guys to solve, I think. I think I said 69. Evie, out of the gutter. I know you're thinking of what's going to happen with you and Delia later on, but you're better than this. Maybe. I'm not 100% sure. He's back. There we go. I believe Norwich City are trying to recruit a Spanish coach who's part of the Arteta backroom staff at Arsenal, similar to what Leicester did in getting their coach part of Pep's backroom. Yeah, that's what I've heard. So Norwich's director of football used to work in Arsenal's backroom staff and is looking at getting one of his old co-workers back in. One second. I need to very, very quickly do something. Okay, I'll do that in the background. I was going to make a period joke, but I won't. Plus, your time for doing it has gone. Full stop. I want you to let your hair down, Evie, if we win next week. You were so flat yesterday. What did you... Evie, what did you do? Other than not be able to help making 69 jokes. I don't like the quiz as Evie's top and he's knocking off the top. I think you can... If you're certain that you can do it, we can get that sorted. If you're not certain, then you can have a go anyway. Fun thing with the quiz is we're gonna do like a playoff-y thing at some point soon. Don't know whether I do top 6, top 4, top 8, or something like that. But there is a chance that Evie is not crowned as the winner. Shh. You never know who's watching. You never know where there's spies. Laid back when the others were screaming or crying. That's a point. You don't... I don't recognise this bit of music from my normal playlist, but it sounds like what Evie puts on when Delia Smith walks in the room. And I don't like that. That disturbs me a little bit. Alright, 1 second. I need to very, very quickly do an edit. This one isn't to do with when Delia Smith walks in it, is it? No, not really. Oh, this will become a running joke on Leeds United YouTube, by the way. I will make it happen. Where is that? That will do, yeah. Angle that there. It'll do. That's fine. Download. Come on, Canva, you can do this. I believe in you. Bosh, cool. Right, back to it. We got 12 questions altogether wrong from everyone that's been on. Ooh, that's not too bad. But it's a high-pressure sitch to be in, you know? Evie's always laid back unless you come at her seen it firsthand. I would disagree, but that's because laid back can have multiple definitions. Laid back does also fall into the category of if she's trying to stay serious and talking about something, you make the right joke at the right time and she cracks. Food and get ready for my stream at 4, so heading off. Catch you all later. See you later, Zebra. Haha, Joe, behave yourself. Oh, you've timed that message really well. And by that, I mean, I don't know when you timed that message, but, no. I refuse. I will not behave myself. You seem to have massively misunderstood who I am if you think that's going to happen. Because, it just doesn't happen, does it? There you go. Have a nice cuddle. She looks so happy with the situation. Zebra going might not get times out. Yeah, you might stay untimed out. I wonder if I can get timed out from my own channel. Oh, David deserved to be sacked. To be honest, they were totally shit. They were, but I don't... Bimbus. But I don't think it was like a bad enough game to be immediately sacked after. That's the same view as we should have sacked Farke after QPR, but it's not our problem. Completely fine. Oh, hello, that's a car crash. Evie, what's your opinion on these Delia accusations? Look, we know that they're not accusations anymore. We have picture evidence. It happened. It's not an accusation. It's truth. I would have liked to see the fringe players given more game time this season. Cresswell, Joffy, Joseph, Anthony. It was clear after the international breaks those players would have aided Leeds. Yeah, after the international break it would have been good to have them, but we were, I don't know. You've got the question of, do you sacrifice the games earlier in the season where you might have needed your, like, proper first team? If that makes sense? Maybe a bit of rotation. I don't know. We'll find out. How's it going, Dave? Just got home after being at work since 5:45. I'm exhausted but intend on catching up on the highlights, but I may have fallen... It's completely fair. I feel like I'm in the middle of falling myself, so... Is this legitimately the incident that has driven Evie away from Leeds YouTube? Because if so, excuse you. Leave Bimbus Nimbus alone. It's a banger. I don't know how loud it was though. We had a worse porny one earlier. This is more like pumped up lift bossa nova, you know? If this is porn, if anyone's getting off to this, Jesus, your energy levels. She puts on a bit of Scissor Sister. Oh. Although it is Norwich, so she might do that with her sister. Yeah, it's a good point. He did get promoted with Huddersfield. that one's not really avoidable. Eli has a grey forest gato at her age. Ouch. I fall abs every day. I would have said to Daniel, Norwich coach, saying... What? I know what all those words on their own mean, but I can't combine them. This is the music they put in weird Russian simulator games on Steam. That is because it is copyright-free stuff.
Today,
what?
We are doing a pod with one of my favourite YouTubers in
what?
the whole wide world.
Why are you here? Ah! Why is that here? Tell you what, streaming that requires two monitors working together does not work. Bad. Yeah, it's royalty-free music, so you can just use it without any problems. Mate, I'm 51. The only thing I get off to is my slippers and a good cuppa. Oh, not even the weirdly pumped up 70s porn music. I said, don't forget to not run into the door on the way out. I kind of get you. Yeah, for some reason, whilst I've got YouTube Music actually open playing this, I pressed the skip button on my keyboard and instead it decided to skip Spotify to a podcast that I'm not listening to. So, good work, Spotify. I'm really glad to have you around. Ah, dear. Still not hit the Delia like target either, which is quite fun. I thought it was the best we've seen Leeds play in the last 6 games. It was quite comfortably. Very nice. Hard to decide man of the match. Everyone put a shift in. I went for Cammy. He's not got back to good fitness, didn't he, of COVID? He did. I don't know if it was COVID, but he was definitely ill for a bit. We just don't know what it was. But yeah. Where are the grudge matches, Joe? The grudge matches are planned, but we got a little bit of an issue with that, which is end of the season means that it's big content time anyway. So there's lots of transfer news, brilliant, wild, great fun. But that's combined with the playoffs. So you got playoffs, you got transfers, real busy time. And I'll be honest with you, 99% of these grudge matches focus around Joe. And he's busy. So it'll happen at some point soon. Ipswich and Leicester used more of their fringe players throughout the season, so their squad wasn't tired during the run-in. Leicester alternated Vardy, Daka, Cannon, and Ian Nacho. Ipswich did the same. Okay, but who... I don't think we get the results if we use that depth in a lot of those matches, because we've not got the same depth. Because we'll compare... Maybe we can do Vardy, Daka, Cannon with Piru, Bamford, Joseph, but at the start of the season, Joseph wasn't that Cannon figure, and we don't have an Ian Nacho. I need the grudge matches or my head will fall off and roll into the North Sea. I'm not certain that's one that I can help with. It does sound like a little bit of a problem though. Like it's not something that I've personally dealt with, but I'm sure there's ways to do it. It's like medicine. Right, so I'll make a deal with you then. If you're in the chat right now and you're also able to watch the final word later, and I'm there because I might not be if throat gets worse. At that point, everyone that's in this chat right now, shout at Joe that we need the grudge matches. If not, that's okay. It's just a question of like when, basically. They're planned. It's a timing problem more than anything. Update on the poll, by the way. We have 60 votes for who is going to be the man of the match. 35% to Archie Gray, 30% to Joel Piru. Glenn Kamara's on 20 and Furpo's on 15. Nice clean numbers, guys. Well done. I think yesterday's players need to step up even more from that game in the final. That's the thing. I think what we do is we do that like Leeds exceptionalism thing where we think we've had a bad end to the season, we're fucked. But as did West Brom, as did Southampton, and then we've come out and we've beaten Norwich senseless. We should be fine, you know? Hope Leeds get promotion just to avenge those Leicester City players singing Leeds are falling apart at their celebration dinner, just as some of the big-headed Ipswich Town players did on their bus. It'd be nice if we go up, yeah. It'd silence people a little bit. Clean numbers just changed. What? What do you mean? Oh, right, okay. Yeah, there's just been a couple more votes. I get you. Is honey the best natural remedy for a sore throat? Honey and lemon tea is my belief. But we got plenty of honey in. I'll work something out. And I think teriyaki sauce has honey in it, so that should help. Is there anything about the match that I've forgotten to cover? Because I want to have covered everything. I don't want to have missed stuff. I think I've got everything, and my throat is starting to give up, and if I need to talk for another hour later on today, it would probably be a good idea to not keep recording / streaming. I don't know. This is harsh because they still did really well. The wrong one. That one's harsh because they still did really well. Magma from the mantle will help with a sore throat. That's not degenerate yellow. That's not degenerate. This is just irreverent isn't degenerate. You got to work on that. Fans were brilliant last night. It was the best atmosphere. It was so good. But what I'm going to do is I am going to, I think, end the stream there because I love talking with you guys. It's great fun. But pain. And I got to make food soon. But I hope you enjoyed. If you did, like the stream, subscribe, comment on the VOD if you're not in the chat right now, even become a channel member. All that revenue is going to Prostate Cancer UK, which is a brilliant cause that I'm going to keep on pushing. And yeah, hope you enjoyed. I will see you later. And in the words of Delia Smith, where are you? That was horrible. My throat hurts so bad. See you later.